What's up, guys? It's your boy Jay. Welcome to Jay's World. So let's talk hot topics. Y'all know how we do it, so let's get straight to it. Okay, first of all, I want to talk about the beautiful, the legendary B.Smith. B.Smith is an absolute legend, particularly in the African American community. She is so beloved. She started off as one of the first black models on gracing all of the covers of the magazines. She used her earnings as a top model to go on to create just a complete and total empire for herself. She has restaurants to this day. She had an actual television show, you know, the Do It With Style with B.Smith, you know, where she would show people how to decorate and cook and throw stylish parties and all of that kind of stuff. She also she has her own magazine. I'm not sure if the magazine is still in publication. Now the magazine may be gone, I'm not sure, but her magazine had a really good run for a long time, along with everything else that was going on with her brand. Just a beautiful, beautiful black woman. Y'all, when I tell you, B.Smith, just that smile and her class and her just being a complete lady, and she was just, I just love her, you know? Anyway, I could go on and on about B.Smith, but I just love her so much. Well, unfortunately, about 6 years ago, B.Smith was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, and it was such a shock to everyone, particularly to me, because she and her husband about a year and a half ago did an interview on CBS, and they just came forward and they talked about that whole situation. Her husband, his name is Dan Gatsby. She and her husband, they've been together for 26 years. And basically, you know, they were holding hands. And y'all, when I tell you that interview broke my heart, because they kept that under wraps for the longest. No one knew that B.Smith was sick. You know, no one knew that she had Alzheimer's. And I guess, you know, they just wanted to come forward with it before the disease, you know, progressed even further, and she wouldn't be able to speak for herself. So I was very grateful and thankful to both of them for doing that. She even wrote a book. I forget the name of her book that's out now, but it will probably be one of the last books that she writes, you know. But then again, I'm, you know, as a person who has faith in God, it ain't over till God says it's over. But anyway. And, you know, and my heart went out to him, Dan Gatsby, her husband of 26 or so years as well. You know, my heart went out to him. I was like, wow, you know, he's been by this woman's side, and he's been, you know, and he's been her primary caregiver, and, you know, and that's tough. I mean, I have friends who have parents that have passed on from Alzheimer's, so it can be tough. Well, here we are a year and a half later. And B.Smith's husband, Mr. Dan Gatsby, announced that he has a girlfriend, a woman by the name of Alex Lerner. She's 53. Dan Gatsby is 60. Look at my notes here. He's 64. He's 64 years old. When I tell y'all, Mr. Dan Gatsby broke the internet with that news, that's an understatement. I saw that picture of him hugged up with this woman, and I was just like, I was devastated, to be honest. I was appalled. I was insulted. I felt really bad for B.Smith. In an interview, in a later interview with ABC, he said that, well, his rationale for having this girlfriend is basically saying he has to move on with his life, and he's not going to sit up and let his life wither away just because his wife has Alzheimer's. And we just recently learned, to add insult to injury, not only does he have this girlfriend and they've been together for ain't no telling how long, he has now moved this woman into the home that he and B.Smith both share. So now his side chick is now a live-in with his current wife, who has Alzheimer's. And he also has this side chick basically as one of her caretakers. And I just think the whole thing is just sickening, and it is appalling. And here's my thing. Look, I get it. people cheat in marriages, you know, and y'all, I'm trying to look at this thing from both angles. Because yes, he has a right to be happy and to be, his needs to be fulfilled, I guess, if you will. But damn, man, you took vows with this woman. To death do you part. Or was that all a lie? Does that not mean anything? Y'all talk to me. I mean, am I wrong in this? And even if you're gonna do that, why the hell would you flaunt this woman in front of everybody and then get mad because people are calling you out on it? Man, you can miss me with that, for real. Dan Gaspy, sir, you are trash. You are utter trash. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. You're just trash, and there's just no other way of looking at that. And it just pisses me off, and it just makes me angry. And Dan, please shut your side chick up. First of all, I feel in any situation, side chicks should always remain silent. I don't want to hear from your side chick. You are still married to that woman. I don't care what she's going through. I don't care how you feel, how much you feel that your life is going to be ruined and your personal life shouldn't just wither away. Nah, brother, you need to stay with that woman that you married, that you made those vows to and that commitment to. To death do you part, for better or worse. Dan Gaspy, for real. I mean, it just angers me. And then the fact that you now parading your side chick around, and now she's doing interviews. And I saw a clip of that Dr. Oz interview. Now she's speaking on behalf of B.Smith. Whew. Man, oh man. Y'all, that just sent my blood boiling. I was just furious. I was insulted. And I was like, Dan Gaspy, you are trash. You are canceled. And what really burns me up and what just makes me sad, they never had children together. To my knowledge, B.Smith has no biological children. Now, Dan Gaspy, he has a daughter, and they've interviewed the daughter. And she's like, oh, well, you know, the relationship is beautiful, and people don't understand my dad's relationship with Alex. No one cares about your father's relationship with his side chick. And you're the daughter, so of course you're gonna be on your daddy's side. So we don't want to hear from you either. So y'all, let me shut up. Because I'm just making myself mad just going on and on. So y'all let me know down in the comments section as to what you think about this whole situation. Because I think Dan Gaspy is trash. Your side chick is trash. Your daughter is trash for supporting this, and my prayers go out and go up for B.Smith. You know, like I said, it's not over till God says it's over. And, you know, and I just pray for her, and I just wish nothing but the best for B.Smith. Y'all, the last known picture that I saw of B.Smith, it just broke my heart because the woman was always known for her beauty, and she doesn't look the same. She doesn't look the same anymore. You know, she's rocking her short fro now. You know, the dreads are gone. And, you know, and her face and her eyes look very vacant. And, you know, you can tell she's not there, you know. And it's so sad when you see Alzheimer's patients because you know how they look. Now, I want to share something very personal about my own life. My eldest sister, who is deceased, for many, many years, she dealt with mental illness. And I remember visiting my sister and now my sister, she didn't have Alzheimer's, but, you know, she dealt with mental illness. And I remember, you know, visiting my sister. That's why I always say the eyes are the windows to the soul. You know how they say that? And on my sister's good days, I could always look in her eyes and tell that she was there. And I knew it was going to be a good visit. But then there were other times that I would visit my sister and the mental illness pretty much had her, and you could tell that, well, she's not here today, so let's just go ahead and get through this visit and, you know, and make the best of it. So I just brought my sister in that personal experience from our own life to say this. Looking at B.Smith and looking in her eyes in that photograph, you could just tell she wasn't there, and it just broke my heart. So anyway, so that's all I got on that whole situation. Y'all let me know down in the comments. I really would like to know what you guys feel about that. Again, like I said, shout out to B.Smith. God bless her. I'm praying for her, and I'm praying for that entire situation. And again, Dan Gatsby, you're trash. Period. All right. So next, I want to talk about Jussie Smollett. Y'all, there's a lot to unpack here with the whole Jussie Smollett situation. And I'm not going to go off into it too much, but for those of you who have been living under a rock for the past few days that don't know, and the short of it is, Jussie Smollett this past Monday night was attacked by two men, or allegedly attacked by two men wearing MAGA hats, Make America Great Again hats. Apparently they beat him up, they tied a noose around his neck, and they injured his ribs, and it messed his face up, punched him and everything. And he, took himself to the hospital, and he's, I don't know if Jussie is still in the hospital, but that's pretty much the short of the story. So there are a lot of variables to this story. First of all, I'm a fan of Jussie Smollett. I think he's a talented young guy. He's gotten a huge break on that show. Jussie has done great things, not only on screen, but off screen as well. He has raised so much money for different causes like HBCUs, historically black university and colleges. He's also raised money for AIDS research, and he's just always giving back to the community, not only just monetarily, but with his talent and everything. And I genuinely, truly like Jussie Smollett, and I want all the best for him, and my prayers are going out to Jussie. With all of that said, we do have to talk about this story. And unfortunately, there are some holes in this story. There are some red flags in this story. I don't know how much of this is true, how much of it isn't true. I don't know. I mean, the thing we do know, Jussie is absolutely banged up, and he was definitely attacked, and he was beat up. How he got that way, there are some questions, and I'm not victim shaming or anything. Jussie, as far as I'm concerned, has always been a pretty credible guy and a guy of great integrity. But it just seems like the story seems so perfectly crafted. Both of these men wore masks. They were wearing the bright red Make America Great Again hats. They had a noose. They poured bleach on me. But the police are basically saying that Chicago police, who I'm not a fan of, but Chicago police are basically saying that they can't find anything on the surveillance tapes during that time. This is like downtown Chicago. And I know for a fact, I visit Chicago a lot. And as a matter of fact, when they showed the footage, I know sort of where he was walking around. And y'all ain't nothing but money down there. I'm sorry. Along that magnificent mile in downtown Chicago, ain't nothing but money. So I know he wasn't on the south side. He was definitely downtown because because they are currently in the throes of filming, Empire. So basically, Jussie said that he was, walking out of the Subway restaurant one night at 2 a.m. in the morning, and those guys jumped out and did this to him. So, like I said, I'm not gonna talk about the story too much, y'all, because the story, honestly, as we speak, is still developing. You have one side that completely believes him, and you have the other side that's sort of questioning some things, and then you kind of got everybody in the middle. So I'm just putting the facts out there for y'all. Y'all let me know down in the comments what you feel is happening, you know. And let me just say this before I get off of that Jussie Smollett story. Y'all, sometimes celebrities can get into some compromising situations. Sometimes these situations can be a little embarrassing for these celebrities, and maybe it could, I'm just saying, I don't know if this is true, this is just speculation, this is just hearsay. Maybe Jussie got into a situation, and maybe the situation got out of hand for him, and maybe he didn't know what to do and probably called his publicist and said, you know, hey, make this happen, because that does happen in Hollywood with a lot of these celebrities. You know, Jussie is a celebrity of a certain level now in Hollywood, where he definitely has a publicist. So that could probably be a story that his publicist came up with, just to sort of shield him from maybe being embarrassed to what could possibly have really happened. We don't know. I don't know. Like I said, God bless you, Jussie. Like I said, you know, keep on doing what you're doing. I think you're doing great things. I love you on the show, you know, and just, you know, and Godspeed, and I hope you get well. But we do have to talk about those things concerning this story, because everything for me, and I can't be, y'all, you should know me by now. I'm not a bandwagon jumper. I'm not one of these people that's ready to just break out the picket signs when I see something. I need to know how this happened. Why did this happen? Well, what were you doing? I'm one of those people. So, and sometimes that rubs people the wrong way. I'm probably rubbing some of y'all the wrong way, and that's cool. You can let me know that down in the comments. Just keep it respectful. All right. But anyway, so that's all I got on that. Okay. All right. So I hate to leave you guys on a sad note, but unfortunately, we lost yet another great one, Mr. James Ingram. He died of brain cancer at the age of 66, or at least that's what's being reported, that James Ingram passed. And I'm just so sad. I was so shocked to hear that. I had no idea that James was even sick. You know, man, when I think of James Ingram, I think of, he's definitely in the realm of all the great singers. You know, like Luther Vandross and Peabo Bryson and Jeffrey Osborne and just those just great singers with those big voices. I mean, James Ingram, man, he sang from his toenails. Oh my God, just an amazing talent. You know, Baby Come to Me with my girl, what's her name? You know, light skin. You know, y'all. I'll put her name down there. But anyway, you know, they did the duet Baby Come to Me, you know, and I just think of, you know, Find 100 Ways, you know, the man was just a great singer, and such a huge loss to the music industry. And he was young. I mean, he was only 66 years old. So that just makes me so sad. But rest in peace, James Ingram, brother. You know, heaven now has yet another angel and another choir member. Man, there's going to be some choir up there. Anyway, guys, that's all the time I have for you. Thank you so much for listening to me vent about that first story. And thank you so much to all of my brand new subscribers. You guys, I love you so much. You guys are really, you know, you're sliding into my DMs. Y'all let me know what you feel about the show, you know, and you are giving me, you know, things to talk about. You know, keep it coming, keep it coming. I love you guys. Thank you so much to all of my new subscribers and all of my ones that are hanging in there with me. I appreciate you. So guys, please don't forget to rate, comment, and do what? Subscribe. What are you waiting on? You didn't already come over here? So subscribe to the channel. And when you subscribe, don't forget to hit the bell icon. When you hit that bell icon, it will keep you abreast of all of my latest videos. It will send you notifications every time I drop a video, so you guys can stay current with what's going on Jay's World TV. All right, guys, that's it. That's all I got, and I'll holler at you later. Peace.